In this discussion, let us try to understand the taxability of services provided by GTA, that is Goods Transport Agency. In this situation, there is a service provider and there is a service recipient. Reverse charge mechanism is applicable only in respect of select service recipients, not in all situations. So let us see those situations first where the possibility of reverse charge exists. Now, only when the service is received by these following recipients that you can see in the screen, then the concept of reverse charge will even arise. Now, let us see who are those service recipients. Any factory, whether it is a company factory or it is a factory run by a sole proprietor firm, and again that factory is registered under Factories Act, then yes, it is one of the specified recipients. Similarly, you have society registered under Societies Registrations Act and cooperative society established by any law for the time being in force, and any GST registered person. Now this widens the scope of reverse charge mechanism. So even if I am a sole proprietor, but I am registered sole proprietor, I am registered under GST. So if I take the help of the service of a GTA, then this is also covered under a possible reverse charge scenario. And of course, you have companies, all incorporated companies, whether under the New Companies Act, Old Companies Act, and then partnership firm, registered, unregistered, it doesn't matter. So you see for factory, society, cooperative society, these are all like incorporated, established, registered by a legal act. But regarding partnership firm, it doesn't matter whether you are registered under the Indian Partnership Act or not, you are one of the specified recipients, and also it is inclusive of LLP. And finally, any casual taxable persons. Now we will see the taxability. We have three possible scenarios. Let us say I am the service provider, I am GTA, and you are one of the service specified service recipients. Let's say you are a GST registered person. Now I moved some of your goods from place A to place B. Now I have three options in front of me. One is that I can decide to charge the invoice, charge GST on my invoice, and I can take the ownership on my hands and say that no, you don't worry about it, I will pay the tax by myself. So I can take that first option, and I will give you a tax invoice, and I will charge in the first scenario 5% GST. Let us say I moved your goods from place A to place B, and the transport freight charge is 10,000. And also let us assume that it is moved from one state to another. Therefore, the applicable GST rate is 5%. I will charge it in the main invoice itself. Therefore, when I give you invoice, I'll charge the invoice for 10,500. You don't have to pay anything to the government. You just have to pay the invoice amount, full invoice amount to me. I will remit this 500 to the government. But the only limitation that I have in this first option is that I can't take any input tax credit. So whatever I get in the form of GST from the service recipient, I have to directly remit it to the government. So this is first scenario. Now the second scenario is when I have lots of input tax credit for my service provisioning. Therefore, I decide to raise the GST rate. I decide to pay the tax by myself. I don't pass it on to you. I don't ask you to do the reverse charge option. I will pay through forward charge only, but I will end up charging 1200 rupees, which is 12% GST on the invoice price. Therefore, the overall invoice value is going to be 11,200 in this scenario. So when I get this 1200 from you, let's say I have some 700, 800 rupees of input tax credit with me. I will set off this 800, whatever the input tax, and only the remaining amount I will remit to the government. So again, you have to understand the first two scenarios, it is done as per forward charge mechanism, meaning the service provider, me, the GTA, will take care of the entire GST. Now, let us go to the third scenario. Let's say in this situation, I am not a registered GTA, or let's say I'm a very small scale GTA. I don't want to get into this GST complications and everything. And you also happen to be a big service recipient, one of those specified recipients. So in this situation, I will just simply say to you that you take care of the GST and everything. I will move the goods from one place to another. The transport cost will be 10,000. I will give you the invoice alone for a flat amount of 10,000. It won't even be a tax invoice. And in that situation, the reverse charge mechanism applies. Invoice will be 10,000. I will just give you plain invoice of 10,000 rupees. you will pay me 10,000, and then during your month end, your monthly GST return thing, you will say that tax paid under reverse charge basis 500, and you can claim input tax credit for you later on. And one more thing is, what if the GTA is providing service to an unregistered person? What if that is the situation? Let's say you and me, the real scenario, I'm not GST registered, you might not be GST registered. What if you take the service of GTA for our personal purpose? So in that situation, it is exempted. It is exempted. It is still a taxable service. It is still a taxable supply, but it is exempted by way of notification. So that will be covered under exemptions chapter. But regarding the reverse charge scenario, you just have to keep these three scenarios in mind. I hope this is clear. Let me know in the comment section whether you have understood or if you still have any unresolved questions. I will see you in the next concept bite. Thank you and bye bye.